Monarchs, this is Mrs. Dutro, and today we are going to talk about my late work policy. So here's the deal with late work. In this new online environment, late work is exhausting for me as a teacher. It is very difficult for me to keep track of it. It is difficult for me to find the time to go back and grade it. And it's also not beneficial to you as a student because it gets in the way of your learning experience. There's a very specific reason that we have things assigned to happen in a certain order. And so if you don't do something, if you skip something and turn it in late, that could have a very serious impact on your learning in my class. So for my late work policy, if you have to turn an assignment in late, you have until Sunday of that week to turn it in. If you do not turn it in by Sunday, you don't get credit. Now, ideally, you're still going to turn it in on its actual due date. But if you don't get it in by its due date, you still have a few days to get it in. You must email me at kelly.dutro@aps.edu when you've turned in a late assignment. And so that way I know to go back and look at it, because once I've graded an assignment and I've put those grades in the grade book, I don't just go back and look on the off chance that someone turned it in late. So it's really important that you tell me, hey, Mrs. Dutro, I got this assignment turned in. I'm really sorry it was late. Here's why. You have to tell me why. If you just say, hey, I'm sorry I did it late, then I'm just going to be annoyed, really. So make sure you explain to me why you turned it in late and how you're going to make sure it doesn't happen again. As the teacher, I reserve the right to decide whether or not to give you credit for that assignment. And I make that determination based on two things. First, do you frequently turn assignments in late? And if so, you may not receive credit or you may receive partial credit. And that's because if you do this frequently, then it looks like it's turning into a bad habit. And that is not a habit that I want to support. I don't want to enable that undesirable behavior. And second, I will consider whether completing this assignment late will help you progress towards the learning goals. If not, you may not receive credit or you may receive partial credit. Once again, if you're turning an assignment in late, you still have that deadline of Sunday. So you have your first deadline of the original due date for the assignment. Your second deadline is Sunday with an additional email to me letting me know that you got it in late. So to sum up, if you're turning an assignment in late, you have until Sunday to do so. You have to email me when you turn it in late explaining why it was late and which assignment it is that you did. And that way I know to go and look for it and to put in a grade for it. And as your teacher, I might decide that it is not in your best interest to accept that assignment late. And so I'll make that determination based on two things. First, do you frequently turn assignments in late? And if so, you're not going to receive credit for it, or you might receive partial credit. Second, will turning this in late help you to progress towards the learning goals? If not, you're not going to receive credit, or you might receive partial credit. And if you do not turn in a late assignment by Sunday, you will not receive credit for it, period. That's it. All there is to it. So if you have any questions, you can email me at kelly.dutro@aps.edu. And I hope you have a good week, Monarchs.